Welcome back to another episode of
Todd Forrest Talking Comics. We're your hosts,
Todd
and Forrest.
Today we're going to be looking at Marvel Now's relaunch of The Avengers. It's written by Jonathon Hickman, and the art is done by Jerome Opeña.
So in the first issue of this series, we see these new villains, Ex-Nihilo and Abyss, and they show up on Mars, and they have this robot called the Aleph. The Aleph judges worlds to either be raised or seeded with life. Ex-Nihilo does the seeding with life, Abyss does the raising, and it is decided that Earth is a world that needs to be raised. Ex-Nihilo disagrees, and he creates these life bombs, which they hit Earth, destroy an area, and seed it with mutant life. The Avengers, obviously, are none too happy about Earth being bombed like this, and they send the classic six of movie Avengers, you know, Hulk, Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, Hawkeye, and Black Widow up to Mars. They show up and basically just get rocked. Abyss turns the Hulk against them. Hulk takes out Thor like right away. Ex-Nihilo tries to rip Iron Man's armor off. Hawkeye and Black Widow don't even stand a chance. So yeah, they beat Captain America bloody and shame him, and then send him back to Earth. And yeah, that's the end of the first issue. The second issue, he gets back to Earth, and it flashes back to him and Tony talking about, you know, recruiting a bigger team, getting a more expansive group of Avengers. And so then it flashes to some recruitment images. You know, them gathering, what's the team again? It's Wolverine,
Spider-Man, Falcon, Cannonball, Sunspot,
Spider-Woman, Captain Marvel,
Captain Universe,
Smasher,
Shang-Chi,
Hyperion,
and I believe that's everyone.
I think there's one more. Anyway, so yeah, it gathers the whole team. That's the second issue. Gets Manifold, gets them ready to go to, that's the other one, Manifold, gets them ready to go to Mars at the end of the issue. And then for the third issue, they all get to Mars. Hyperion, Smasher, and Cap go in alone. They do some battle. Abyss sends the Hulk after Hyperion. Ex-Nihilo has been trying to build the perfect human using the matter of the universe or some such like that. And his name is Adam, and he wakes up and he starts spouting something called Builder Code, and that throws off Abyss's control of the Hulk.
The Hulk then just reverts back to Banner, and the rest of the Avengers end up joining Cap and Hyperion in the fight, and ultimately fighting Ex-Nihilo and Abyss to a standstill, in which Captain Marvel, or Captain Universe comes in, and she is some kind of deity to Ex-Nihilo and Abyss.
The Aleph refuses to recognize her as a deity, so she destroys him, and then Ex-Nihilo and Abyss strike up a deal with the Avengers. Well, they'll stick to Mars and leave Earth alone, and the Avengers take Adam, Ex-Nihilo's perfect man.
Something I really liked in these issues were Hickman's writing. First of all, he just really got the characters. He writes Captain America and Iron Man in just ways that, no offense to Bendis, but hasn't been happening like that in quite a long time. Also, I was a big fan of the gay subtext that was apparent in the writing between Captain America and Tony. I'm going to read a little excerpt here for you, seductively, of course, and out of context. Wake up, old man. I haven't been able to sleep. Couldn't stop thinking about something you said, and, well, I've been busy. I'm sorry. I know it's late. It's fine, Tony. I'm grateful. Bad dreams? Something like that. Come on, buy your coffee.
A couple panels later, we have this little exchange here. The exact same thing happened the day we found you. You remember that? Oh, I remember everything about that day. We started something that mattered because of you. Our world changed. I changed.
So yeah, a few more panels go on of that. It's a nice little heart-to-heart that they're having. It's really beautiful. I'm a big fan. And then the page ends with a Stark Tower just jutting over New York City in a big, veiny, cock-like building.
Throbbing and phallic.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Something I loved personally was the villains, Ex-Nihilo and Abyss. I thought they were really great. I love how Ex-Nihilo loves the sound of his own voice. He just loves to rant and espouse, use big words. I thought it was awesome. Jerome Opeña really brought his A game on this one. The art was amazing. It was just solid the whole way through. It was really consistent.
The details that he put into the drawings
and
were just amazing.
It was really like really realistic, and like some of the like small,
Also, props to the colorist, Dean White.
Yeah, he
did a really
did a good
fantastic
job.
job.
I also love the just Hickman's like particular brand of high concept sci-fi. It's really over the top and amazing. I think it's really good.
I really like how they're branching out from the like original or
Yeah.
more modern 6 Avengers.
The ones everyone knows.
Yeah, getting new characters in there. Some of the older ones, but haven't really been on main Avengers teams. It's just nice to see them changing it up a little bit.
Some characters they're just bringing up out of nowhere, like Captain Universe is like showed up in Spider-Man a couple times or something.
Yeah, it hasn't really been around much. Gonna be interesting to see where that goes. I also really love the recruiting scenes. It was Tony just knew what to say. Just said money got Peter.
Yeah, I love when he just hugs him. He's just like, we have money, and he's just like, oh yes.
And all it took to get Logan
Also,
was some beer.
Is that Peter? Because I mean, like, it's Marvel now, so it could be Otto.
Well, I'm not really sure. It could just be because Jonathan Hickman is an actually good writer, whereas Dan Slott is terrible. Who knows?
Yeah, I guess we'll find out maybe. So yeah.
So now we're going to talk about some things we weren't so fond of in the issues. First of all, I don't like Hyperion. I don't like that he's in this at all.
He's okay.
He's a lame character. He's a
alright.
Superman ripoff, and he's overpowered.
He's better
He
than
sucks.
Superman.
That's not hard. And also, I wasn't a big fan of the ending just because it was like really cheesy and kind of expected, and just kind of almost sullied the first 2 issues a little bit.
I don't know. I felt the whole arc was kind of like a little rushed. Like maybe if they gave it just some more time to sort of flesh itself out a little better, I feel like it would have been, it could have really done it some better justice. I also didn't really like the villain bait and switch. I found like it was like, oh, we've got these villains here and we're setting them up to be big bads, and then like they're sort of like, oh yeah, no, they're like kind of allies now. We just leave each other alone. Like I feel like, but at least they're still around because I mean I really do like Nihilo. I think he's awesome. So though I do hope that that Adam character, I hope he shows back up and they do something with him too, because I mean he's coming back to Earth. So he's a little bit like Adam Warlock in a way, sort of created as a perfect synthetic human. So maybe he's the new Adam Warlock. We'll find out. Also, what is Builder Code? Like we don't know.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to find that out too.
So our rating for this one, we give this one a solid 4 out of 5. It's definitely worth going out and picking up, even if you wait for the trade paperback.
Yeah, definitely. Some other things that are definitely worth picking up. Saga's going on right now by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. Just amazing series.
Yeah,
you should definitely pick that up.
Yeah, and on the Marvel side of things, Thor, God of Thunder is amazing. Jason Aaron's an awesome writer. He's really got a cool idea for a Thor story arc. And Assad Ribic, really amazing painted style art. It's just epic. Also, all new X-Men by Bendis and Stuart Immonen. It's worth checking out.
So yeah, that's all for this episode. We'd like to thank everyone who subbed to our channel and liked and watched our first episode. So yeah, stay tuned for the next episode where we're going to be taking a look back at Umbrella Academy, Volume 2, Dallas. It's by Gerard Way and Gabriel Ba.
Both sitting on the beach tanning. It's weird.
Oh yeah, it's good.